everybody, it's Belle. Welcome back to another plan with me. Yeah, I'm actually trying to keep up with these. Today we will be planning out December, the monthlies, all of that. I drew my own cover. I'm rather proud of that kind of sad looking reindeer thing there. But I drew him. Yay me. I'm actually trying to draw. And this is me looking back to make sure what the heck am I doing on what days? And I'm kind of counting dots because I don't want to redo the math of how big do the dots have to be. And I wish that I could just remember when I was actually doing these, they have to be 6 by 6. But I never remember that they have to be 6 by 6, except when I'm recording, because I didn't just look that up. I have that on the top of my brain. But on this stupid video, I had to look up and count and do the math. And there's me checking. I have like the number of boxes, vertical and horizontal, written in the front. So yeah, I'm doing the math. Yeah, I edited that out because you don't need to watch me punch keys on my keyboard. Next thing I do is I will count and put the dots where each line needs to be. And sometimes my dots get a little big, so I have to erase them. I'm not going to make you watch all that. We're going to skip to the fun part. So hang on just a second. All right, we got a ruler. Things are about to get interesting. Not really. I'm just going to be drawing a bunch of straight lines because a calendar is a lot of straight lines, honestly. So while I do that, I cannot believe I am sitting here watching myself draw December's calendar. Like, how the heck did December happen? I swear I woke up yesterday and it was like June and now it's December. And also, how am I back doing a bullet journal? Because after redoing, this is now the third month that I've done. I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I quit doing this, because I end up waiting to the last possible minute to set up next month. And I'm recording the audio for this on November 28th. I've had this sketched out since earlier this week, but I have yet to do a single daily. And guess what? Tomorrow is the last day. No, wait, today's Friday. Okay, so I've got 2 days to figure out what the heck I'm doing for my weeklies for December. I have no idea because what I did last month was cuckoo crazy. But yeah, here we go. This is what a calendar looks like. It's a whole bunch of lines. Did you notice that top box is a little wider than the others? Yes, so did I. Now, I'm hoping that I did that because the top 2 rows are like the days of the week, but I can't promise that. I did go, yeah, there, that's me noticing. See what you did there, Belle? Are you going to fix it? You are. Okay, good, Belle. I can't leave it uneven, guys. That would not work well with the OCD. That's why having a planner is really, really good for my OCD. However, drawing my own planner is really, really bad for my OCD because I am not perfect. That may come as a shock to some of you, but I make mistakes a lot. Actually, that won't come as a shock to anybody. Even my husband's sitting here desperately trying not to react to that. Don't set off the angry wife. Oh, I made him snort. I wish you could have heard that. He's sitting over here cracking up. But yeah, perfection is not something I can achieve. And see, I grew up with a mom who also had OCD, but had the ability to create perfection. At least in crafts, not in. She wasn't perfect in everything, believe me. But we're not going down that road. But she was perfect in her crafting, and even her planner. Like all the stickers are exactly where they should be. They stay within the lines. Because she used a happy planner the last year of her life. That's kind of the closest thing to a diary that I have of my mother's is her planner. So yeah, me using a bullet journal, not necessarily a good idea, but it has taught me a lot of let it go, let it go. Oh, my cat's decided she's going to come over and not sing with me, but probably tell Dad, make her stop singing. Because that was pretty off key, but it was off key on purpose because I don't want to get flagged for copyright. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so we all know what a calendar looks like, right? I'm going to skip ahead to where I've actually got all the boxes drawn, and I'm actually doing something else that's slightly more interesting than drawing 30-something odd, 31 at least, odd boxes. 38 plus the one at the end. I don't know. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we've moved on to something else interesting. Sorry for the camera shaking. Every time anybody breathes, my entire desk shakes, which means my webcam shakes, which means I probably should bring my big camera over here to film, but that's not going to happen because that stays up at the unboxing makeup desk. And I do this at my desk while I'm watching YouTube videos. That's why it's a voiceover, because there's probably some sort of serial killer documentary on. Because I watch a lot of variety of documentaries. You never know. It could be anything from serial killers to crazy YouTubers to watching people open advent calendars to other people doing the exact same thing I'm doing to you never know. The one thing it's probably not is me watching Netflix or anything that we actually pay for, or any of the shows that are on my to be watch list. No, I am watching YouTube rando crap because that's my favorite thing to watch right now. But what I am doing is I've decided my colors for December are going to be shades of blue. At least that was my initial thought. And then I went through and thought, no, wait, that's usually my January spread color. So I'm doing light blue and a color to be chosen later. I think I did purple or something. I don't know. It's not very Christmas. Oh, well, we celebrate Yule in this household. But this is me putting in all of the dates, as one does, and then I will go through and add other interesting things to my calendar. I'm curious what kind of things you guys put on your daily calendar, or what would be helpful for you to put on your monthly calendar to remind you of things that are coming up. December's a big month in our household. Little man will turn 15. I know. Oh my gosh. He could, at 15, get his driver's permit, but he has zero interest in doing so. He likes being chauffeured around right now. And with a committee of 5, we can handle that as long as he wants to, at least until he's 18, and then we'll have another conversation. Wolf will turn something.
I think it's 37.
We think it's 37. That sounds about right. Okay, I decided this month I'm going to actually use some of my stickers and planning supplies. So here is my box of washi. And it's huge. And I have probably 300-400 rolls of washi. And this is the cut back version. I used to have 2 things that were twice as wide as this one is. 2 of them. Each one of them double the size of this. Full of washi tape. Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole a little bit there, but I'm trying to pick which blue are we doing, because I know I want blue, and apparently I do know we're going with a vintage Simply Gilded roll. I say vintage only because I haven't bought anything from Simply Gilded in the last 5 years, not because I have anything against them. They are a great company. I highly recommend you check them out. They do a lot of super cute washi. It just gets very, very repetitive, or at least it did when I was subscribed to them, and I was buying it at like all of their sales, and I never did their advent calendar. That's like the one thing I was never able to do. And part of that is because they do their advent for Chinese New Year, and that's in January, and usually by January I'll be broke. But this is one of my favorite of their lines. They have these lines that have different colors of washi tape. And then at the bottom, it's got stars and dots and little things in different shiny colors. This particular one is a light blue with holographic rainbow stars and stuff. I love this one. But I can't say enough positive about Simply Gilded. Their quality is great. The woman who owns and designs everything is great. They're fabulous. I didn't stop buying because I had anything against them. I stopped buying because I had 2 freaking boxes of washi tape. And that was plenty for me. And also moving and changing jobs and getting married again, and out of an unhappy marriage where one of the few things I had to make myself happy was buying crap that I didn't need. Yeah. So I like to line the top and bottom. It just adds just a little bit of color and cool stuff. And because these have the glittery stars at the top and bottom, it kind of adds a frame that closes it in. Usually, knowing I'm going to do this, I would move my calendar up by 1 grid. Thankfully, I chose a very skinny washi this time because I did not think ahead of time. I also could not find my little paper cutter knife thing that I have on hand, and I had to find a way to cut the washi tape. Um, and it took me a second to do that. Notice the two rulers sitting right on camera? Yeah, could have used those, sure didn't. But that's okay. I will use a pen that could leave a mark and my finger. Yeah, that sounds like a better idea than using the two rulers that are right next to your book, Kim. Right there. Okay, time to write all those dates on. And of course, the first things we write on are the holidays, which we celebrate Yule and Christmas, because we figured out last night that apparently we're hosting Christmas in our tiny little trailer. It's okay. I mean, it's a small family. It's 6 people, but still, that's going to be a tight squeeze. That's okay. We'll figure it out. I had to count. I actually had to count to figure out, did we have 6 chairs that we could put around the table? Because we don't have a lot of chairs in our house. We just kind of move our office chairs. We do. I counted.
If need be, they've got.
I know. Wolf's over there counting like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, no, I counted before I said yes. That was the pause between, hey, honey, do you want to host Christmas? And me going, duh, 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 duh. Yeah. I was counting chairs. Because, we don't have a normal conversation about this like a husband and wife, like to the side. No, in front of his son and mom and dad and step-sister-in-law, I guess we decided to call her. He just hollers out, hey, can we do this? Do you know as a kid what would happen if I pulled that crap on my mother? I got my butt whooped when I got home. But I'm not my mother. And Wolf is not my child. Wolf is a grown-ass man who can use our house as he wishes. And I'm actually kind of excited to host holidays. I find it like fun when I get to do the grown-up thing. Anyways, so what I am doing here, I like to know which phase of the moon is when. I've also written in every other Tuesday trivia because I go play trivia with my girlfriends every other Tuesday. And yeah, the stamp is really going to make the camera jump. Sorry. But I need to know when the full moon and the quarter moon and the new moon are because I need to make my moon water because I make and sell intentionally charged and charmed moon water if you are interested in anything like that or in essential oils. Not like doTERRA or any of the MLMs, but my own custom-made, custom-blended, using my own herbs and all that. I make herb-blended infused oils. Those are good for anointing. They also smell good. They can be used in spells, whatever you want. Please check out my website linked below. Right now, there's not a whole lot of offerings on there, but there is more coming, I promise. So far, we have the last dark moon or new moon water, and we have Call Me Yours, which is a romance intentional anointing oil. It smells really good. It has a little bit of roses, not much, hibiscus and berries, and it's a really good smell. Lang Lang oil, I did put some of that in there. I used essential oil because I don't have Lang Lang. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's some kind of flower, but I don't know. But after next Friday, we'll have some full moon water up there because you can see next Friday is the next full moon. I think I wrote the boys' birthdays on here, Wolf and Little Man. I did not put my 2 uncles on here. I know that, but I do have 2 uncles on my mom's side. They're married to my mom's sisters. Both of them married men named Dan, who actually go as Danny. So I have 2 Uncle Dannys, and both of their birthdays are in December. Oh, that's right. I got stickers to put stuff on. That's right. So you're going to see some of my collection through the years of stickers. I don't know where I got all of them, unfortunately. I wish I did. I would bet money, though. No, I don't know where in the hell I got these chore stickers, but they are like monthly chore stickers. And one of the things I'm trying to be more intentional on right now is doing the chores that I need to have done. Because I'm home full time now, so I can do a couple of chores a day. I don't have to do everything in one day, but I can do 1 or 2. So I wanted to put a tracker down, and then the half circle thing, that is from Cricket Paper Company. Another amazing one. And you can see the little stickers are by Once More with Love. Another amazing sticker company. I used to be so involved and part of the planner community, but I backed off basically because I got tired of watching all the drama and I couldn't keep up with it. And when the Erin Condren thing went down during COVID, I got unnecessarily angry because I was a frontline worker and I couldn't believe she would do that. And yeah, these cute little things. Oh, I wish I could remember where I got them from. She was amazing, but this is like my last one. And she's designed these in such a way that you fold them and like they become little flip book stickers. So there's like an actual secret space where I can write and then I can put the cover down. I don't know what I'm going to put there, but I thought it was cute. And then I'm putting little grocery bags on pretty much every Saturday or Sunday, depending on whatever, because did I start my week on Sunday or Monday? I usually started on Monday, but I think I started on Sunday this week. But to remind Wolf and I that, hey, we need food. Because, we're going to forget that. We're not. Trust me. He's just not going out today because it's Black Friday. But yeah, we don't forget that we need to go do groceries. I also decided that this month I want to do a savings challenge. So that'll be on the next page. If I put a little pill bottle on every day I had to take medicine, it would be on every day. That's pointless. So I only put the pill bottles on days when I need to order medicine or when I need to take my shot. I did decide that I was going to schedule dates for Wolf and I. I did not tell him this. He is finding this out now as I am doing the voiceover. But I'm putting little stickers on to remind us that we are going to take days together to have little dates. And the dates may be just driving around, but gosh darn it, we're going to do it. His response, okay. He's pretty easygoing about such stuff. It doesn't really bother him. That's why I didn't have a conversation with him beforehand. Yes, he is my New Year's Eve date. He does not get a choice in that. Because we're married. And that's just part of being married. When you get married, sometimes your wife decides your life and your only option is to say, okay. But it's okay because sometimes he does that to me. Not too often, but sometimes. Usually when I've, stayed home too much. And yeah. And then these are just cute little friend stickers that I'm putting on trivia because I'm an extroverted introvert, meaning I don't need people all the time, and I don't particularly like being around people all the time. However, if I go too long without being around people, I go a little stir crazy and it's unpleasant and it's not good. So I have to remind myself, go be around people or else. That was weird. My mic just fell. These are when our big bills are due. So like our cell phone bill and other things. And with only one income for sure technically coming in right now, although hopefully by the time the bills come out, there'll be at least my unemployment started. But I want to remember when our bigger bills are due so that I can make sure that that money is set aside. I know our rent is always due on the first of the month. But sometimes I forget the exact day our water or electric or Verizon. Actually, I have water and Verizon memorized finally, but I don't have electric memorized. I think it's the 15th, but it might be the 20th. Yeah, Wolf's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. But those are little bill reminders. The 15th. Yeah, it's the 15th. But they'll take it the 16th. We say it's the 16th because if we forgot to pay it on the 15th, if Wolf drops it in their Dropbox on his way to work on the 16th, they technically will assume that we dropped it off before midnight on the 15th. So there you go. And then the green, of course, is Wolf's paydays. When I know when my payday is, I will add my stickers. But as of now, I don't have any money coming in because there's like a 2-week waiting period for unemployment. I don't know. But yeah, I have all of these stickers and I did not use them at all last year in my daily planner because I try to keep my daily planner all about work. But now that I'm doing bullet journal, it's like, yay, I can use all my stickers that I've been hoarding for 10 years now. because I have been hoarding them pretty much since Mom got me involved in planning, which was about a year before she died. She was not a bullet journaler, though. She was a solid Happy Planner person. And I like Happy Planner. I've used it a lot. Okay, so the front pages is covered with crap as it needs to be. Now we're going to work on what in the past. This started as a gratitude page where I put something I was grateful for every day. That lasted 1 month. And then I changed it to thought of the day. And that's not making me happy either. And the whole goal of this is to find planner peace, that elusive, possibly non existent moment where you have found the perfect way to track your life and you are going to remember everything and you are going to live that Pinterest perfect life. That is planner peace when you reach nirvana. I have never been there, but I keep pursuing it. So my thought this month is I want to save however many dollar bills, or no, this is a no spending tracker. Now, there's some caveats to the no spend challenge. It doesn't count if you spend money on like food or groceries or bills. What it means is no spend on frivolous things that you don't need. And I am very strict with that. If it's not food, bills, or medical, I don't need it. That's my goal. Am I going to hit my goal? I don't know. But my goal is no spend December. I need to get like 1 or 2 more Christmas presents. Those don't count either. Those are for other people. They are budgeted for. It's fine. And then underneath, I'm doing a savings goal. We have one of those little money box things that are super popular on TikTok. And I want to fill 5 of the larger than $10 boxes by the end of the month. Now, that may seem tiny. I'm saying I want to save $20 a week. It's $100. That's not very much. What the hell, Belle? Remember, we are a 1-income family right now. I am unemployed. I have not gotten a paycheck yet for my unemployment. I have not heard on my disability. So saving $20 a week would actually be a big deal. And so there you go. That's why we're doing realistic goals. Hopefully, this planner is going to last October, November, December, January, February, March. Hopefully, in April, when I am setting up my next 6-month bullet journal, we will be making bigger goals and we will be in a very different place. But right now, this is where we are. So this booklet I am flipping through now has all kinds of cool stickers that I've collected throughout like the last 2 years. A lot of them are witchy and stuff. And I'm just looking for somebody that looks something financially. I don't have a lot of financial stickers. I would if I went through my old, I used to buy weekly kits so you could decorate and have your planner look all polished and finished and together. And that's where I get all the bills due and crap like that. Those all came from leftover weekly planner kits. But I wanted something decorative that said money. So I thought about maybe if I could find the wheel or the chariot tarot card. Yeah, I didn't have any of those. That collection bottle of rocks, that one I gave real consideration because, collecting, I don't know, it made sense in my head. It still does, but I decided against it. Come on, Belle, turn the page. Find the one that you found that you decided was the one. Oh, apparently I decided on the rock one, and I just don't remember that. I'm still second guessing myself. I can tell. All right. I do think the rock one makes perfect sense. Because, you're collecting money, like you're dropping rocks in a bottle, which we don't do. We do, however, have a picture frame. Yes, there is where I realized I could just grab one of my little, women in pretty dresses and put them there. And she's kind of a greeny blue, so I decided she was a good one. Okay, I'm going to cut to after I've drawn all the lines for this next page because it's interminably long. And then I'll explain it. So this is what it looked like after I got all the lines drawn. Now you can see why I didn't want to have that running the whole time. It took me about 10 minutes to sketch this out. But this is my daily habits tracker. This is the ultimate OCD happy place for me in this monthly setup. On the side where the ruler is right now, I will list all of the things I track. Now, not all of them are things that necessarily need to happen daily. I'm flipping back through so I can copy kind of what I did for November. There you can go. You can see it's not that every box needs to be checked and filled out daily. It's just sometimes I want to check how often I'm doing things. Like one of them is, take your meds. That should be done daily. If that's not done daily, there's a problem. One of them is spending money. How often am I spending non-necessary money? I'm happy if that one's not filled in daily. Cleaning, sometimes that happens more than others. Did I film? I don't have to film every day. Edit, I don't have to edit every day. I just need to film and edit often enough that my videos get done. And I am getting better at that. I did film more days than I didn't film in November. However, I did not edit more days than I didn't edit. Although today's a big day because I'm editing like 5 videos today. I also track, did I post a TikTok today? Did I do something witchy? Again, not things I have to do every day. I also track, did the husband and I spend quality time together? That doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means. It could mean, did we lay on the bed and chat for a while because he had a rough day at work? Did we turn our YouTubes off and engage with each other? Did we play a board game today? Did we go for a drive today? There are lots of things that could mean. Other things I'm tracking this month are diamond painting. Did I spend time with my friends, and that could be virtually as well. And then my pain level, because my pain level fluctuates and I am desperately trying to figure out what causes it. But other than stress, I have not found any single trigger yet. But we'll get there. We will figure it out. So those are the kind of monthly overview pages. I do also do a page in the very back on my social media, but I'm not worrying about that today. That's all we're doing, guys. So thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.